Hi, it's Mandy again. Today is September 27th, Tuesday, and I officially started my juice fast today. I don't know if I can make it exactly official because things didn't go exactly the way I had planned. The good news is that I stayed on it. The bad news is I wasn't able to make the juice myself. Because I'm an idiot, I thought after I got home from my trip last night, my plane landed about 6:30, that I would get home and still have time to go to the grocery store and pick up all the fruits and vegetables I need. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I was exhausted last night. It was a very busy and stressful trip. So I thought, well, I'll go in the morning. I'll drink the bottled juice that I have, which is the Naked Green juice. It's got the fruits and vegetables. It's natural. Okay, it's not the greatest, but I'll start with that. Well, I ended up drinking that 3 times today because the grocery store, the first place I went to, didn't have some of the ingredients that I needed for the juices. Plus, I realized I had unpacked my juicer, but I hadn't washed it yet. So I needed to do that. So in one sense, today was a success in that I stuck to it. I didn't eat anything. I had 3 juices today. I've been drinking water. And then tonight I was starting to feel a little bit hungry, so I decided to go for some green grapes. For the most part, I plan on sticking to juice, but I have decided for myself that if I want to eat some raw fruits or vegetables, in addition to the fruits, as long as I'm not adding sugar or any ingredients that aren't part of the fast, that I'm going to go ahead and let myself do that. So I had some grapes. I feel fine. First I'll give a little thought to, okay, where am I starting? And where do I want to end up? What are my goals? My short-term goals are, and I wrote myself some notes, that I'm not going to weigh myself. I don't know what my actual pounds are right now, but I am going to pay attention to how I feel and how do my clothes fit, because that's a very obvious thing. When your clothes start getting looser, you're losing weight. And I'm hoping to start exercising, so any muscle mass that I gain would have an effect on those pounds anyway. But so because of that and because of my eating disorder, I've chosen not to weigh myself in pounds. Hopefully, as this journal continues, I'll be able to see the difference in my face and my body. I did measure my waist, my hips, and my neck as a starting point. I am not going to reveal those numbers because they're disgusting, but I'm going to use that as kind of a short-term, have enough energy to get out and walk every day. I have been very, very low on energy. Get back on a regular sleeping schedule. I'm hoping that the healthier eating and the fasting will help me get on a sleeping schedule. And the detox part of it, get the toxins that I know have built up in my body from the unhealthy lifestyle flushed out of my system. Long-term goals, I think I'm going to address that in a different recording, but those are my short-term goals. I gave up caffeine more than a week ago, so I highly recommend, if anyone is considering doing a juice fast or anything like it, where you're going to have to go without your caffeine, give up the caffeine first before you try to do everything at once, because I know that I would be feeling so much worse today if I was going through caffeine withdrawal as well as the detoxing effects. I've been tired, and what I've noticed is that I don't have a lot of stamina. Like, I'll feel good right after I have my juice, but after a while I'm starting to feel a little run down. Now, the other thing I need to keep an eye on, because I am diabetic, I'm not on insulin, and I don't take any medication for it, but I do check my blood sugars. And I was racing around this morning and I did not take my fasting sugar, so I'll have to report on the fasting tomorrow. But I did take it before I had my lunchtime juice and my dinner time juice. The before lunch juice was 73, and I was feeling it. That's not a low blood sugar per se. That's okay, it's time to eat blood sugar. But I was feeling kind of shaky. Now, I haven't had a lot of protein today, and I'm hoping that the juices that I drink tomorrow will be better on protein. And then the before dinner reading was 79. So right about those are levels that they should be at before I eat. So those are good. We'll see how I do tomorrow. My intention is to take it fasting in the morning and then take 2 hours after. We'll have to ease into that, I guess. So the blood sugars have been, good. Nothing skyrocket high, obviously, and nothing that makes me feel like, uh-oh, I'm going to get hypoglycemic over this, because I do have hypoglycemic attacks, and they are not fun. So tomorrow I will be making my first green juice. I'm going to use the recipe that Reboot Your Life suggests and probably end up having to tweak it. I know that using the apple and lemon to mask the taste of the vegetables is going to be important to me. I did pick up a lot of fruits and vegetables. It was actually kind of fun to look at things that I wouldn't necessarily eat, but I'm like, oh, I'll throw that in a juice. Give it a try. It's something that I don't particularly like, but we'll see how it tastes in a juice. So I'm also planning on hitting a farmer's market on Friday. If I come across one between now and then, I'll still stop, but there's one I'm definitely planning on going to on Friday. What else can I tell you? Today could have been a lot worse, but I think we'll see how tomorrow goes. I have a feeling, usually when I overdo it and I exercise too much, you feel sore the next day, but day 2 is always the hardest. So this was my first day drinking just juice. So my body's like, okay, well, this was weird, but I still remember yesterday. By tomorrow, any other foods, any residue from any foods should be getting out of my system, and my body's definitely going to be reacting to it. I'm trying to take steps, and I've got to say, if you're going to do this, have a support system, because I was terrified at the thought of trying to get up and do all the things that I normally need to do for the day. And thankfully, I have a very supportive husband and a wonderful mother who are supportive of me trying to get healthy and are willing to help. So I couldn't do it without them, and it's going to be hard enough without having to try to do this by myself. It is not going to be easy. Yesterday, as I said, I was coming back from Wisconsin. It was a very stressful and busy day. I barely made it to the gate before they started boarding my plane. I hadn't gotten a lot of sleep the previous night. If ever I wanted to run screaming to Starbucks, it was yesterday, but I didn't. I stuck with it, and what stopped me was, honestly, I don't want to go through the withdrawal again. That is really a huge factor for me in staying strong about avoiding the caffeine, because I don't want to have to. I'm just going to be hurting myself if I do that. We'll see how long I can resist with that in mind. I haven't really missed soda, honestly, but I have missed my coffee. So the other thing I was thinking is going to be tough. I like meat. I'm not a vegetarian. I like a good burger. I like a steak. I like seafood. But I can deal with not having it for a while. I'm not intending on living an entirely vegetarian lifestyle. We'll see how I feel a couple months from now. But to me, I'm just saying, okay, right now I'm detoxifying my body and I'm getting that stuff out of my body right now. And I'd like it to be a rare treat. Maybe meat once or twice a week at most, once I've adopted this new lifestyle. But I gotta tell you, if you told me I could never have meat again, I wouldn't like it, but I could handle it. But the sweets, I I've had a lot of refined sugar in my diet, especially recently, and that is the thing. You know, going past a bakery, the bakery section, smelling the bakery, you know, chocolate and ice cream and the whole bit. I mean, that's going to be tough. I did notice. I had my juice today, and as I said, I had some green grapes, and they tasted so sweet. And I'm going, okay, well, maybe they're just sweet grapes, or is my body reacting to, oh, you know, sweet sugar, as opposed to the fruit and vegetable drinks that I've been having today. I wonder if that has already had an impact on how sweet things taste to me, since I haven't had any refined sugar at all. We'll find out. So that's the thing I'm most worried about, that if I get to a point where I feel like I'm going to, I hesitate to use the word cheat, because I'm only cheating myself if I do it. But if I go off the detox program unwillingly, I think it's going to be the sweets. It's going to be something chocolate, something with lots of sugar in it. So I'm just going to take it one day at a time. And I told myself, and I told my husband, who asked, that I'm starting with 10 days on the strictly fasting, juice, fruits, and vegetables detox program. And at the end of the 10 days, I'm going to see how I feel. What kind of results am I getting? But also, how do I feel? Do I feel like I have the energy I need? If my blood sugars are not staying steady, I may need to add some protein. I tried a couple of shakes, well, not shakes, smoothies, that had fruits, vegetables, but also whey protein concentrate, and I think soya protein in it. Kind of chalky tasting. I think that was the whey that was in it. But I did notice that I felt really good afterwards. I got nutrients, but I also got the protein. So I may need to supplement with that. Maybe 2 juices a day and 1 smoothie a day. I really have to base it on how I feel. For day 1, I'm feeling good that I stuck with it. Nighttime is always the time when I want to go for the munchies and the sweets, so hopefully I'm going to be able to stick with it until it's time to go to bed. I guess we'll find out in tomorrow's report if that's true. For now, I'm going to say goodnight. I'm ready for day 2 tomorrow. I've got my fresh fruits and vegetables. I've got them washed and ready to go, and hopefully the juice I make is as good or better than what I've been drinking in the bottles. So everybody have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow.